When the New York Jets traded for Chuck Clark, they got a versatile Swiss Army knife who automatically upgrades the safety position. So let's take a look at the All-22 and I'll show you why Clark is a great fit in this Robert Saleh scheme. Let's go. What is going on, everybody? It's Luke here from Play Like a Jet, and we are back in the film room with another All-22 breakdown. This time we are focusing on Chuck Clark. So when the Jets traded a 7th round pick for him to the Baltimore Ravens, they got a guy who played all over the formation. Yes, he did spend some time at free safety, but predominantly he is best utilized as a strong safety or a third down nickel backer. So we were talking about a guy who in 3 safety looks, that big nickel package, he dominated as that third linebacker. That could be some reps left open by the departure of Quan Alexander. So he's number 36 here, and we're going to start looking at Chuck Clark in coverage, and in particular zone coverage. 2 great reps against the Jets here. Right hand side of your screen, take a look at how he takes away the routes of both Conklin and then Corey Davis. We're going to break it down a little more specifically. This is an awesome play by Chuck Clark. So watch him here, right hand side of your screen. As Joe Flacco's eyes go to the stick route here, he just leans on Tyler Conklin. He takes away this throw with no real want to drive on this football. He's just bluffing. He wants to pass off the coverage, and then he gets that depth and takes away the dig route over the top. Have a look at it again. Does a fantastic job leaning on the stick. We're going to pass off that zone coverage to our man in the flat, and then we're going to get additional depth. We're going to float with the eyes of the quarterback, and we're taking away both of those receivers and forcing Flacco to throw the football away. One more time for you at full speed. Lean on the stick, get the depth, over the top, throw away. Perfect coverage in zone by Chuck Clark. Another rep from the same game, as I mentioned, once again in this nickel backer third down role. Gonna see a lot of this, I think, for the Jets because he's not really a free safety, and neither is Whitehead. I'm not really sure how it's going to look, but I don't anticipate seeing either of those guys really dominating that center field position. So once again, same spot, left-hand side linebacker for the Ravens, top of your screen, and you're going to see him just get underneath of this route, do a fantastic job taking away the stick route here of Conklin once again. The eyes of Flacco go to the right-hand side of his formation, the top of your screen, taken away by Chuck Clark. Does a great job cutting underneath, sitting on that route. There is nothing there for Flacco. Comes back over the middle here to Breece Hall, finds his man, but you better believe that Chuck Clark is not giving up on this play. He closes, he goes for the peanut punch, gets the football out. The Jets need playmakers. They need more turnovers. This is a great rep from Chuck Clark, initially reading the route, the eyes of the quarterback, but we're going to jump, we're going to work after the football, and we knock it free, and we get a turnover. In this instance, not a great result for the Jets, but I see it playing out far better with Chuck Clark on the field for them in 2023. So this time against the Falcons, we're going to see Chuck Clark walk down to the line of scrimmage in what I'd call a cover 3 buzz. So here he is from the strong safety position. You can see him moving down towards the line of scrimmage off the snap. And he goes from his curl flat zone, and watch the eyes, the recognition, and the closing speed to get to the running back and take him down for a tackle for loss. Great recognition. He understands his responsibility in zone coverage. We're IDing the eyes of the quarterback, the routes, break on the football, slow your feet down, hit and drive. A fantastic job. I like this utilization. He's extremely mobile. You can use him as that linebacker again, getting him down in the curl flat zone. Beautiful work. But there were also instances where the Ravens would line him up over the tight end, this time against Pat Freiermuth, the left-hand side of the Ravens defense. Have a look how he does a great job initially getting his hands on the route with the jam and then working back to the football. Look, does Chuck Clark get away with possibly a bit of a hold here? Yeah, he does. But I like the jam within 2 yards or close enough to it. Does a nice job being physical there on the stem of the route. But then we're going to stay attached to the hip pocket. We're going to get our eyes back to the quarterback. And we're going to work through with that long arm, that long lead arm, through the hands of Freiermuth and knock the football away for a PD. A fantastic job being physical. You get away with this when you're one-on-one against tight ends. They're bigger guys. You can expect more physicality. And I thought Chuck Clark did a phenomenal job in this instance against Freiermuth. And you saw this a bit on the tape. The Ravens were willing to deploy him over the tight end, over the number 2 receiver, and allow him to be physical from the slot. Did a little bit of it, and he was pretty effective as well. But some of Chuck Clark's best work came as a run defender, and that's why I think he's a natural fit to take some of these third down reps in a big nickel third linebacker capacity. So here he is, right hand side of your screen. Watch how he keeps himself clean and then shoots the gap against this outside zone look. He's patient and then makes a great tackle on Cordero Patterson in the backfield. But I like the ability to wade through traffic and to make sure that he hits the right gap and affects and impacts the play. He doesn't go and try and race through the C gap here and get ahead of himself and outrun the play. He's patient, has good gap integrity, and sticks his tackle. Similar thing this time against the Denver Broncos. We're going to buzz down from the strong safety position, left-hand side of your screen. Look how he avoids the crack block here from the wide receiver, settles down his feet, and then bang, we're going to dive at the legs and make a tackle outside our frame. This is a fantastic all-around play. The vision, first of all, to see that crack block coming. We're going to use our lateral quickness and agility to get around him. We've got our eyes back in the backfield, and I love how he breaks it down. He slows down his feet, and he sticks the tackle. How many times last season did we see Jordan Whitehead or Joyner miss a tackle in space because they went running a million miles an hour, they didn't break it down, and they missed an arm tackle? Way too frequent. You don't see that with Chuck Clark. He had a top 10 missed tackle grade among all safeties according to PFF, and that is a huge reason why Robert Saleh and Ulbrich wanted him, identified him, and he's now a part of this Jets defense. But the reason I think he's capable of taking Quan Alexander's snaps on third down and playing in the box is because he's able to also play with people in his chest, to disengage, to bench press, and still make plays in the backfield. Here's a great example against the Falcons. Beat the wide receiver, get him off you, and once again, affect the play, make the tackle. But it's a great job seeing the block coming from the inside, using the length, little bench press, get off me, and then make the tackle in the backfield. Once again, no missed tackles. We're going to do our job, and we're going to stick it, make our tackle. Algier's got nowhere to go. Great job from Chuck Clark, but it's gap integrity once again. This time, it's the ability to wade through traffic, but also make plays with someone in your chest. You're not always kept clean as a safety or a linebacker. Chuck Clark does a good job disengaging, and I thought this was a really good example of just that. And the final play. We're going to go back to the New York Jets game. I want to leave you knowing that Chuck Clark is just a playmaker, and that's why he's a really good footballer to watch, and I really enjoyed looking at the tape. Here he is, fourth down, Joe Flacco going for the quarterback sneak. You can see him right up on the line of scrimmage as the third safety in the box. Once again, you got two deep safeties behind him. Look how he just makes an athletic play to go over the pile, and who would have thought a quarterback sneak for Joe Flacco was ineffective, but a really fun, extremely athletic, high IQ play from Chuck Clark. That kind of sums up who he is. He makes plays, he forces fumbles, stops the sneak, you can blitz him a little bit, he's really good in the running game, you can play him as a linebacker, a safety, he's versatile. I just thought the tape was extremely good. Now, is he going to fix the free safety problem? No, I don't believe he is at all, but I think you're getting a guy to replace Quan Alexander's reps, to play a lot better than LaMarcus Joyner, and all around just improve the safety position. So that's the lowdown on Jets safety Chuck Clark. Fantastic player. He's really good in zone coverage. He's got great eyes. His ability to read concepts and reacts was second to none. I think he's a very good run defender. He doesn't miss tackles though, and that's a huge thing for the New York Jets. That's why they covered him, and I think he's going to play a really integral role for this defense, especially on third down.